All right, so we just got done watching Squid Game season 3. Initial reaction.
I hated it.
You hated
I
it. You
hated
hated
it.
the whole season, just the ending, some parts. What did you
I
hate?
I hated a lot of things about it.
Hmm.
Number one, I hate all of the side story,
Oh man,
the detective,
yeah.
the girl guard. Like I didn't care about any of that.
Hmm.
It was not interesting, and nothing really happened.
Yeah, I think the guys on the boat was a complete waste of time. It didn't go anywhere. He found the island. He got there, nothing happened, and he just left.
See
He
his
just
brother.
bounced.
His brother doesn't
Yeah.
say anything to him. That's it.
Hmm. And then the girl who's the one of the guards was a complete waste of time. It added nothing to the story at all for me, and it was just yeah, like I did not like both of those side plots or side quests.
I think the guy that she was trying to save, the dad of the sick girl, I felt
Hmm.
like they didn't really have a big impact on me. So, like all of the scenes that had them, like I didn't really care for.
Yeah, it didn't really make an impact. Her story didn't really go anywhere of like her and her trying to find her kid or whatever, and then the dad's story of he had a sick daughter and then he needed to win the Squid Game to pay for the operation, but then something happened where people donated money to him or something like that, and then he was able to pay for it and didn't really explain that. So it's like, so he didn't really need to join Squid Game then. He just risked his life for nothing.
Yeah. And I didn't like the fact that they got away on a boat. See how dangerous season one was, and they let these two people off on a boat with a tracker device. I thought it was a bomb attached to the boat, which would have made more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of danger, I felt like this season you didn't feel any danger to mainly the main character, which was a huge issue for me because I feel like after the mid-season break or the between season 2 and 3, after they killed his friend and he just became like super like serious and angry and like, he's handcuffed, like he was just like pretty much neutered and like he was like a nobody after
He
that.
was kind of cuckoo.
Yeah, he was just like he doesn't give a shit anymore. He's not afraid to die anymore. He doesn't care anymore. So it's like why should we care then if he doesn't care? He's the main character,
Yeah.
you know?
I didn't like that part of season three either. I wanted him
Yeah.
to still be himself, which he did at the end, but I didn't like that they made him this kind of crazy person and that he doesn't say anything.
Hmm.
Mima gave the other guy.
I also feel like they made a huge mistake in season 2. I think they killed off too many good characters. Like they killed off Thanos. He was pretty much the main bad guy. So you
Mhm.
kill off the main bad guy and you let 333 kill him. And then 333 kind of became the main bad guy, but he was like kind of a good guy, or like throughout the whole season 2 and 3 he kind of was lingering between, is he gonna be a good guy or is he gonna be a bad guy? And then at the very end he changed to become a bad guy,
You
and
know
it's
what's
like
funny? 333 gives me the same vibe as,
Sangwoo.
yeah.
Mm, that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they're a good person, but they're also a bad person. Like, yeah, that was kind of the vibe that I got.
Yeah, there was a lot of similarities between season 2 and 3 and season 1.
Hmm.
Like they really rehashed a lot of the same like character moments and beats, and like they're just redoing things again, and it got kind of repetitive in that sense. If you've watched season 1 and you love season 1, which I think we really liked it, season 1, that was like one of the best shows ever. And then when you watch 2 and 3, it's like almost the same things, like the same types of characters,
Yeah.
even like that crazy lady who was like very spiritual. She reminded me so much of the she's like the girl version of the mafia bad guy of the other season.
Really? The shaman girl reminds me of the mafia's girlfriend. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, she
yeah,
reminds me of her too. But she kind of they kind of like meshed those two characters together and made her. Kind
yeah.
of like that. Um, what else? La 333 being very similar to Sangwoo. 120, the trans woman who was pretty much Ali. Like she was the strongest, the best, probably the best
You
character.
know what's funny? I totally forgot about Ali.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
strongest character and the one that can probably win every single game. And the one that probably should have won Squid Game is probably Ali, right? Because he was like the strongest and the best
yeah.
character. So 120 was literally the replacement for him.
Hmm.
And then pregnant girl was
The girl,
the other
yeah,
girl.
the other girl from
Forgot her
season
name.
one.
Um, the mother and the son is literally the replacement for the husband and the wife in season one, and
Hmm.
it's like the same beats.
What Thanos was technically the mafia bad guy from season one.
What Thanos is, well, I get what you're saying. Like it's kind of similar, but I feel like he was a different type of character. Like he was more like funny, and the other
He,
guy's more serious.
well, the other one was like a bad guy that you hate, right?
Mhm.
But Thanos is like, oh, but he's good looking. He's just a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do feel like they killed off a lot of the better characters in season two, and then they didn't have really anybody else left to kill. So in this season three, they even killed off the better character, even more of the better characters, and then we're left at the end with like a bunch of side characters and Gihan, pretty much, and the baby.
Yeah.
And it's like there's not a lot of tension in that because I predicted the whole last game already, like how like they were gonna do it, and then like oh, it's gonna end up with Gihan and the baby, and then they have to like and 333, and then they're gonna have to decide like who to kill. I didn't expect 333 to go full like selfish dude. I just want to win money type of guy.
Hmm.
Like I thought he would self-sacrifice, but then of course they saved that self-sacrifice for 4, 5, 6 because he's just
The
so
hero.
holier than thou and all this crap. Yeah. What'd you think of that last game?
Um,
Well, what do we? Let's go game by game and talk about like which games you liked or which games you didn't like.
I like the jump rope game.
You like jump rope? I feel like jump rope was really easy. But that guy who was like pushing people off, I feel like they should have extended that part a little bit more because that got interesting. Like, okay, that game I felt like it was easy, but then if somebody's gonna be there to like attack other people, then that makes it really really hard.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish Gihan didn't go first and like that guy went first, and he's at the end like trying to push people off, and then you have Gihan and the baby in danger. Like we need the main character to be in some sort of danger at least. I don't want to feel like oh he's just gonna make it.
I kind of disagree though. I actually like that Gihan went first
You know.
because you going through that with a baby is already like a danger itself.
Yes, it makes it harder definitely, but I do think that game is just super easy. It's just jump rope. The only hard part was the platform was really narrow, so like you could like kind of tip over and just fall off by accident.
Do you know how hard jump rope is by itself?
I don't think it's that hard.
It's pretty hard.
But yeah, I kind of wish they would have made it more of like a, like the bad guys kind of teaming up. But see, like he stopped that bad guy from killing the other bad guys because you saved all these people and then they're gonna end up trying to kill you in the next game anyways. They're gonna try to kill you and the baby. So it's like,
Which no, which I understand, right? But I
yeah.
actually disagree because that is who Gihan's character is.
But no, yes, that was his character in season one and season two, right? But then after his friend died, they wanted to make him darker and they wanted to make him this killer. That's why.
Until they added the baby and until the old lady killed herself, then he became himself
I
again.
don't know. I don't know if that flipped him. I feel like he was still supposed to be like this dark evil character, which that would have been interesting, for him to go full like turn where like I'm gonna start killing people. I mean, he killed the 388 guy just because the 388 guy was scared to die. Think about that real quick. He saw the front man who revealed himself as 001. The front man killed his best friend. Shot his best friend right in front of him, gave him a knife and be like, "You want to kill me? Kill me." And he didn't kill 001, but he killed a guy who was on his side the whole game, the whole season, and who was just scared to die, which is normal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's so. Why didn't you kill number one then? The front man who fucking did all, excuse me, who did all of this crap, who set this game up. You should have just killed him.
Which that guy we found out was actually not in the military, which was a shocker.
I don't know. I don't understand his decisions. One minute you're this dark, person who wants to kill. The next you're like, no, let's save people now. Let's save the bad guys who's gonna try to kill me and the baby in the next round. Like that, I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. I think um well I have a potential fix, like I always do, of how to make this season better. But let's go to the next game, which was wait, no. We actually skipped hide and seek.
Well, we went out of order because
Mhm.
I was just talking about what I like.
I thought the hide and seek game was pretty fun. I liked the like running around and trying to find the door to the exit and the keys and the taggers and stuff. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Mhm.
It kind of reminds me of the wolf game in Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, the wolf game.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I really liked the 120, number 120. I liked how she helped the other two and they almost escaped. I think her death was really sad, but I do think she died at the right time, if that makes sense.
What makes you
Like
say it was the right time?
like it was impactful.
Mm.
Like her I guess her character arc came full circle. Like she was able to, well, she didn't really help them yet, but she like got to a point where
She did help them a
yeah.
lot, like fighting off people and stuff.
But when she found the exit and she almost went through and she went back, I already knew she was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just happens. That's just how it happens.
I do agree that she probably died at the right time
Mm-hmm.
because like she just put so much energy into like defending them and stuff that she was basically at her breaking point already. Like she was exhausted and
Mhm.
bad condition.
Yeah. I also think the mom killing the son was shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I expected the son to kill the mom, like 100%. I was like, that's gonna happen when they switched roles.
Yeah.
Side note: would you rather be a tagger or a hider?
I'd rather be a tagger.
You want to be a tagger? Yeah, I think being a tagger might be better.
I don't like being targeted. I'd rather do the
Yeah,
killing.
you rather have the weapon.
I adding to what you said, I really thought the mom was going to like suicide.
Mhm.
Like basically grab his arm and stab herself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that was gonna somewhat happen with Gihan in 388, where like he like kind of bumps into him and he falls down the cliff or whatever.
Mhm.
Like I didn't think he was actually gonna like stab him or choke him out, but like when he did, it was kind of like ugh, like so Gihan's this like killer guy now who just kills
Well,
people.
that was when he was kind of crazy, and so he choked him
Yeah.
out. I just know that they wouldn't make him stab him. Like that's
Mhm.
really out of his character.
Yeah.
Anything else that kind of happened in the Tiger game?
Well, the old rich, supposedly the old rich guy, really reminded me of the old guy from Train to Busan. How he like sort of just sacrificed people.
Who's the old rich guy?
100. The old man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he found the exit with the other girl, and then he just like pushed her and grabbed the key.
Mm.
It was kind of reminding me of Train to Busan guy.
Or that scene when they're both in the room together, and he ran out and he blocked the door.
Yeah, yeah.
That
was literally
Train to Busan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then
And then the little boy killed the shaman girl, which was pretty satisfying for me.
Oh yeah, Minsu.
Yeah.
Minsu.
Um.
All right, so here's my idea, my pitch on how to fix it. And then you tell me if it's good or not. So I'm gonna rewrite the whole story. Not the whole story, but up to a certain point, I'm gonna let all of the good characters survive. Okay? Because Gihan has played this game before. He should know exactly how to, maneuver, do all this crap. I'm gonna get rid of the stupid like, oh, we're gonna steal the guns and try to kill everybody, because that was really dumb.
Yeah.
That was really dumb. You got your friend killed. So the friend survives, the front man's I don't know, see, like the front man could still be in there. He doesn't have to be in there, whatever. But when you get all of the good characters to the last game, and in that game, they have to decide who to kill. So everybody's good, but then they can't. It's hard for them to decide who to push off, because like everybody's good, you know. So it becomes like a moral like, what do we do in this situation? Like I want to see those characters put in a situation where they're like, what do we do? And I want the front man to be like, see, now you see how hard it is.
I don't like that.
You don't like that idea?
Uh-uh. And I feel like a lot of movies they don't do that because if every character was good, then everyone just wants to self sabotage at the end. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, sacrifice me," and it becomes like that mess.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I like
I
that
can see
everyone kind
that.
of like dies along the way.
What I don't like is just like the obvious bad dudes are gonna die, and then the obvious good guys are gonna live. Like, of course, they're not gonna kill off a baby.
Yeah.
Whoever has the baby is gonna survive.
You know what I don't like? People who commit suicide. You're in this game because you're nobody or you're like super broke in the real world,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to a point where you commit suicide. But I don't know, like it doesn't make sense to me at all.
Like the mom, you mean,
The
or the
mom and
that
then the
one guy
guy
at the
in the
last
last
game?
game, like it's just stupid.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, then why didn't you just let your son live? I
Yeah.
mean, she was trying to protect some stranger. Would you kill your son to protect a stranger?
A new life.
Yeah, this is a lot of weird decisions.
Well, I feel like she kind of don't like her son.
Well, yeah, I think that was the whole point of like she was kind of disappointed in him,
Yeah.
or like ashamed of him, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like they kind of ruined Gihan's character. He's supposed to be like this pure dude and believe in humanity and all this crap, and he became like a killer midway through, and then he flipped back when he should continue killing to serve. Now you have to protect the baby because you made a promise to her. You have the baby, and you're gonna let all these people like survive and
Well, it's weird
try to
because
kill you.
I actually felt like I really liked his character, and I felt like they did it really good in season 3 because of what I explained earlier. I like that he did change, but then after the baby was introduced, he was brought back to his old self because now he have like motivation, and his goal was to make the baby survive.
I just wanted him to be smart. Like you've been through the games before, you should come into the second game with like more knowledge, which he did. The red light, green light. He was able to save a lot of people, but then he couldn't save all of the good people. Like kind of how I wanted, you know. Like you should lead the charge. You're the leader because you've played these games before. Save your people. Save the people who's been voting with you this whole time to stop the game. Like you should take on that role. Then he kind of just like fizzled into this like he became nothing at the end. He didn't have the balls to kill frontman. He killed one of his team. He couldn't kill the bad guys when he had the best chance to do it. You know, I don't know. It was really disappointing for me. And then the frontman lives. Squid Game. Every Squid Game people, the VIPs didn't die. The guards didn't die. The games just go on and continue on to America.
Which is funny. That's
Yeah.
actually a really funny twist.
So it's like, what's the point of this whole thing? Like, are they trying to say that you can't, no matter what you do, you can't stop the system? Is that what they're trying to say?
Who knows?
Yeah. I guess the system's too powerful. All right. Any last thoughts? What would you rate this season 2 and 3 versus season 1?
Well, season one's the best. I actually
Yeah.
forgot like all of that happened, so I can't give it a number. I think season two had a lot of potential, so I'll probably give it like an 8. Season three, 6.
Well, I'm gonna consider 2 and 3 as one because I feel like they're the same season. They just filled it with a bunch of filler and side plots that didn't go anywhere.
Well, I felt like in season two there was a lot of questions
Mm-hmm.
that like the viewers had,
Yeah.
and in season three we wanted answers, and
Yes.
we didn't
We
really
did not
like,
get any answers.
and we didn't really like the answers they gave us. Like season two, that detective was on the boat the whole time. All of season three, he was on the boat the whole time. Like,
Oh, not to cut you off, but I would have loved to see the detective in the Squid Game. Like him joining it and like, being there with Gihan.
yes, but it doesn't make sense
Why not?
because the players are only broke people who need money, and the detective has a job, and he's
No, they only. Oh wait, you're right.
so it wouldn't make sense.
But you could have wrote it in a way where like his brother wanted to punish him or something. Where like because they brought 456 back and he didn't need it. You know, they just smuggled him back into the game. So you could have smuggled some
Wait, I
of
forgot.
these
Did 456
side
voluntarily
characters.
came back, or did they
I
drag
think
him
he
back?
did voluntarily come back because he had the chip in him. He wanted to like find the island. So they put a chip in him
In
and
his
then
teeth. Yeah.
make him rejoin the game so that they can find it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I would have liked to see him in the game.
Talking about that, I don't like that they gave 456 so much like advantage. It was not a
Oh
fair game.
yeah.
It was not a
I
fair
mean
game.
he had plot armor, so he's like he wasn't gonna lose. He's gonna make it to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he should have died in season 2. I don't know why they spared his life. Like, and then he gets the knife from the front man.
Mm-hmm. He gets the knife from the front man and he doesn't kill anybody. When the front man clearly said like, yeah, you can kill these people in their sleep. Like you're
But
allowed to.
the other people are not allowed to kill.
Yeah, the other people aren't allowed to kill you or the baby, but here you go. You can kill them. And he's like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to, and they're gonna end up trying to kill me and the baby in the next game. That makes zero sense. Somebody make it make sense. But yeah, Squid Game season 1, 10 out of 10. One of the best shows ever made. 2 and 3 are I'm gonna put those together. I'm gonna say it's like a 6. 6 out of 10. Yeah.
I feel
very
like
disappointing. It made me angry.
I really like the front man. So I wished we saw more of him in season 3. So I actually like that he played as 001 in season 2.
Talk about the front man. That front man reveal was so deflating. Like it's supposed to be like this epic moment where like he takes off his mask and like Gihan's like, "Oh, you're number one guy," and it didn't feel like it had any weight to it.
Yeah, and then
It was just like
there was like no threat. He was like, "You could kill me right now. It's only me and you." And then there was like no tension.
They never fought ever. He never confronted him for killing his friend. Yeah, nothing really. There's no conflict between them. I thought this whole season 2 had a little bit of promise because I thought it was building towards him versus the frontman, and they were gonna go head to head at the end in like some crazy final game or something. That would have been kind of cool, but it just never happened.
But they don't want that to happen because they want you to like both characters.
Yeah, I kind of wish frontman didn't go back to being a frontman. He was still number one, and he made it to the end too. And then he like challenges Gihan. That would have been kind of sick.
Well, it's kind of
That
weird.
was sick.
Well, that would be weird because that's winner versus winner.
Yeah, a winner versus winner final match. Screw the whole baby side plot and the deadbeat dad and crypto scammer. Like I didn't care about him. He was such a dumb guy. Like, oh yeah, you're selfish. You want money. Duh. All those people want money. They're all flawed in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see that, like him going head
But
to head.
see, his flaw, the dad's flaw, was because he can't pick a side. Like, I think that's why 222 doesn't really like him.
Hmm.
And that's why she was like really repulsive to him because she keeps seeing that side in him. It's like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, she loves him, but she sees the side that she really hates about him.
Yeah.
And that's who he was at the end.
All right. Well, that's it for Squid Game.
Season 3.
I'm excited to see what they will try to do with the American version, like, which I feel like that's where they're going. I mean, that'd be interesting to have, like, it take place in America. Um, yeah.
You know what's weird, like oddly weird? When
What?
we watch Squid Game and it's in Asia, it's okay, right?
Hmm.
But when you see the white lady smack the white guy, it was like immediate assault. Like it felt really
It's
wrong.
like you're going to jail.
Yeah, it felt really wrong when it was
And like, why are they playing
American.
that game? Why not play like an American game?
Rock, paper, scissors.
I don't know, dice or something. Oh, you know what's crazy too? The baby got all the money, and then the front man just pawned the baby off to his brother, who hates his guts. Like, I don't want to watch this baby.
Yeah.
You watch the
Like
baby.
these money aren't mine anyways.
You're responsible for the baby. Why would you leave me the baby that you're responsible for?
In
I
your
hate
stupid
you.
game.
I hate you already.
Yeah.
You're gonna give me the baby? Oh my god! And then like, front man delivering the credit card to the Gihan's daughter too. Like that was like,
Which was really sad.
she's like, I'm already rich. I don't need anything from my dad, and I hate my dad. And it's like,
Your dad's dead. And then she's like,
like what? What's going on? Yeah, horrible ending. But entertaining. The games are entertaining. Yeah. Well, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you guys next time.